Okay, hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my channel. My name is Aisha if you are new here. Today we're gonna be doing a January reading recap. This month, okay, last month, because it's February, it was an audiobook and Kindle reading month for me. I didn't really read any of like my hard copy TBRs, and I kept buying more audiobooks and more Kindle books. So I read 15 books. I'm looking at my Goodreads because I haven't read a new book since January and it's the 6th. I don't know. I'm in a slump. So I only have 3 physical copies and the rest were audio and Kindle books. I started off this year with an early 2000s book, Not Another Bad Date, and it's in a series of 4. It's by Rachel Gibson. Their friend series, they're all like authors or whatever. This one is a second chance romance, a ghost attribute too. Ghost attribute or whatever is his dead wife because she passed away. So it's on Adele and Zach. They met in college. He was like her first everything, and they ended up breaking up because Zach's ex found out she was pregnant, so he ended up marrying his ex. Goes back to her hometown to help her sister with her niece, and he lives in her hometown. Her niece and his daughter are friends, so they keep running into each other. I rated 3 stars. It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't like the worst. So the next book I read was Roomies by Christina Lauren. It wasn't my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. It just was not giving what it needs to give. Now I love her other books like The Beautiful Bastards. Love that. Love Other Words. Love that. But this one, it was just, so it's a Marriage Convenience. I normally love all Marriage Conveniences for the most part, but this one, it was just, so basically he's a musician and he's from Ireland, living, what's his name? I can't remember his name. I think it's Calvin. Yes, Calvin. In Holland. He was playing in the subway or whatever, and she would go to the subway all the time to see him perform. Or he's in the States illegally. Basically, she offers to marry him so that he can perform in her uncle's symphony. But like the way they were acting in this book, I'm like, are you for real? I still rated it 3 stars. And I think the only reason they got that extra star is because it's by Tina Lauren. That's the only reason. It would have been a 2 star. The next one I read was our first 5-star of the year, Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. Now, I love Kennedy Ryan's books. Every single one of them that I've read, I loved. Actually, the Hoop series, my favorite couple, Lois and Keenan. Well, that we're talking about Before I Let You Go. Now, read the trigger warnings because it's really deep and it hits some topics that could be sensitive, but it's really good. It's following Yasmin and Joshua, and they divorced not too long ago, but like they're still in love with each other as partners, co-parenting. So they're like, their lives are basically like really intertwined. The side characters in this book too are just amazing. A Gifted Kid, you hear about her daughter being like hair influencer, them owning a restaurant, them finding their way back to each other, how they go to therapy, and you already know how controversial therapy is in the Black community. It's really good. It made me cry, it made me laugh. And my next one is The Co-op by Tara Ditwit. I think it's like the last name. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. It's also a Marriage Convenience on Layron and Dinkin. The second chance romance. When they were younger, they were like friends with benefits. Grandmothers were married and they owned a duplex together. As both the properties got passed down to Layron and Dinkin, they're trying to remodel the duplex. She's basically trying to get back on her feet and like learn what she wants to do with her life, and he's trying to like start his construction business. So they get married so she can get her inheritance so they can remodel the house. It's Marriage Convenience, Second Chance, and Forced Proximity because they end up living together. So I rated this 5 star. She did it again. King of Wrath. If you read the Twisted series, I love them all. This is no session. This is so good. It's also a Marriage Convenience. This is following Dante and Vivian. Vivian's dad blackmails Dante into marrying her. He's really standoffish. He's a billionaire. Now all of my girls get spoiled. She'll get him like kick because I read like 5 or 6 of her books this month. The next one I read was Nothing But Trouble, Duckham's hockey team series. I think I read all of them besides like 3 in the series. When Chelsea and Mark played hockey, got in a car accident and can no longer play. So basically he's recovering from that, and the team keeps sending assistants and nurses to look over him, take care of him. He keeps running them off. Chelsea is like the assistant that actually sticks around. Mark was kind of grouchy, understandable, because he just went big car accident, then his career ended. So it's understandable. And she's like bubbly, sarcastic, and is C. Jane Score, which is the second one out of the series. C. Jane Score, she is a journalist and he's a hockey player. She's traveling with the hockey team to write about them or whatever. So basically it's forced proximity enemies to lover, and also like single parent taking care of his little sister. This one 4 stars too. I liked it. It was cute. The next one I read was It Must Be Love, following Joe and Gabrielle. So Gabrielle owns an antique shop with her partner, and I can't remember her partner's name, but her partner is like embezzling, and Joe is an officer. Their cute meet with her spraying him with hairspray because he was following her. He thought she was involved with what her partner is doing. Poses as her fake boyfriend to get evidence on her partner. I think Forced Proximity, I rated that one 4 stars because it was cute. Now, and this one stays back in town because this one pissed me off so much. I didn't finish it. That's how much I hate it. And normally I always finish books. This one's following Daisy and Jackson. See, I hate her. Second chance romance as well in a small town. Jackson and Daisy were part of a 3-friend group or whatever, and both of the boys in the friend group, Jackson and I can't remember the other dude's name, don't really care because he pissed me off to this part if you don't want to hear me talk about it. Basically, she finds out she's pregnant, and instead of telling Jackson that she's pregnant with his baby, she marries the other best friend and then moves to college with him and does not tell Jackson about the kid until the other dude dies. Jackson to be such a good guy, for her to do him like that, yeah, it was over with. Stuck on You, I do not know. Stuck on You was really cute. I rated 5 stars. So this is also, she's his assistant and Forced Proximity and all that stuff. Following Sadie and Damien, and she is his personal assistant PA. He's an artist. He's a photographer. Dependent on her. Like, he's like super dependent on her. I also finished the Hot and Hammered series by Tessa Bailey. This one was 4 stars as well. I read the last book in the series, which was Tools of Engagement. This one was called Wes and Bethany. It's an age gap and Forced Proximity helping her flip a house. So they're working together. He's also a single parent. He's taking care of his niece. Was Don't You Forget About Me, Second Chance Romance, and Forced Proximity. She's following Georgina and Lucas. She's a bartender and an aspiring author, and he is a bar owner. She works for him. He was like her first love, and her ex keeps popping back up. He's a widower, but it was cute. I rated 4 stars. The next one I read was One Way Girlfriend by Monica Murphy, and I only really read this book because I already read the Callahan series, and the Callahan series is based off of their kids, so I wanted to get the full picture. Following Fable and Drew, and he hires her as fake girlfriend a week to go home for Thanksgiving. Threw me through a loop. Currently in a bad like living situation with her mom. Her mom's an alcoholic. She's taking care of her little brother. His stepmom is like a bad past too, and it comes back and haunts him a lot. Another physical copy that I have that I read this month was by the book. It was cute. Yeah, I rated 4 stars. Isabella, Izzy, and Bo. So she works in the publishing world, the publishing company. She's a editorial assistant. So is supposed to be writing his own memoir, and he hasn't been like writing it or communicating with them for like over a year. She's on a work trip in LA, and she volunteers to go see him to get him to write the book. So this one's Enemies to Lovers because they had a rocky start. Forced Proximity, cute little fly. And the last book that I read Audible, and it was No Beginnings of Seaside Blooms, 4 stars. This one is following Sarah, and Sarah just got out of a long-term relationship. Her psychic basically told her that her one true love name is Steven. Her aunt decides to retire, and she leaves her flower shop. So January wrap up. I didn't read a lot of books that I was just like in love with, and I'm in a slump now. For my January recap, hopefully next month is better with the books. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to stay up and stay well and stay blessed. I'll catch you guys next week.